Ice cracks, and a missile comes out, and the world never sees it. April 2, 2026, Greenland. 300 meters under the ice. America turned the light on, then turned it off. But a satellite was watching. Kosmos 2568, 3:17 a.m. passing over the Arctic. Russian operators expected white, empty, dead ice. They got heat. A thermal signature buried under 300 meters of frozen water. This was not a research camp. This was not an oil drill. The shape, the size, the heat pattern, it matched a black file the Pentagon says does not exist. Codename, Skadi. And once you understand Skadi, the Arctic map is never the same again. Because the Arctic is not empty. The Arctic is armed, and a finger is on the trigger. Skadi, Norse goddess of winter and war. 2008, the US Navy did the math. Russia had 40 nuclear icebreakers above the Arctic Circle. Each one could carry missiles. China was building more. America had 2, and both half broken. You cannot win a surface war you cannot reach. So the planners said, if we cannot win above, we go below. 3 years, $14 billion. Budget was black. Congress never saw it. Engineers drilled into the Greenland ice sheet, 300 meters down. They carved a cavern 2 kilometers long, roof of ice, walls of ice, floor of ice, but inside steel, graphene, lead. The whole base sits on hydraulic skis because ice never stops. It moves 2 meters north every year. If the base was fixed, it would crack in 6 months. So Skadi shifts 15 centimeters every month. AI does it. 30 humans only, 60-day shifts. 12 Ohio-class nuclear submarines can dock at once. Each one carries 24 Trident missiles, each missile 8 warheads. One submarine, 192 cities gone. Skadi holds 12. Do the math. Alongside them, Poseidon drones, torpedo-sized, nuclear-armed, 10,000-kilometer range, sleep under the sea for 6 months, waiting for a signal, and 200 W-76-2 warheads in silos cut into the ice walls. Reactor heat would scream on satellite, so they built a 2-kilometer pipe, pumps the heat into a fake thermal vent. Russia thinks geothermal. Skadi does not appear. Skadi listens, and Skadi is ready. Why now? Why 2026? 2024, Arctic ice hit record low. First time the Northwest Passage stayed open 98 days. Commercial ships passed without icebreakers. 2025, Russia activated 5 new nuclear bases above the Circle: Nagurskoye, Murmansk, Franz Josef Land, Temp, Kotelny, each one with S-400, Zircon hypersonic missiles, T-160 bombers. 2026, China sent Shulong-2, told the world science mission, but its cargo bay carried autonomous underwater drones, mapping seabed. Why? Because the Arctic is the new Persian Gulf. $20 trillion of trade will pass here by 2040. Europe to Asia 40% faster. Who controls it controls the next 100 years. America was late. Skadi is not late. Skadi is the answer. From under the ice, a Trident II breaks out. Moscow in 11 minutes, Beijing in 13, London in 9. No early warning, no satellite track, no radar, because it comes through 300 meters of ice. By the time you see it, boost phase is over. You cannot stop what you cannot see, and no one sees through ice. The Pentagon calls it deterrence. Moscow calls it a first strike weapon. Same thing. Checkmate.
March 28, 2026, 2 a.m. Kremlin. Putin gets a red folder. One word, Skadi, with a thermal image. GRU confirms the base has been operational since 1919. April 1, Severomorsk, Russian submarine Gepard, Project 971, slips out quiet. No port authority, no routine radio, straight under the North Pole. Orders, find it, ping it, prove it. April 5, Russian Foreign Ministry statement. America is weaponizing the Arctic. They do not say Skadi. They do not need to. Washington replies, 2 words, no comment. Same 2 words from U-2 in 1960. Same 2 words from Korean Air 007 in 1983. No comment means, yes, but we will not admit it. April 7, Fuel Air Base, B-21 Raider, America's new stealth bomber, takes off. 12 hours, circles directly over the heat signature, 42,000 feet, no bombs, no message, just presence. The message was clear. We are here, we built it, and we are not afraid. This is not the Cuban Missile Crisis of 1962, because in 1962 there were cameras, newspapers, Kennedy and Khrushchev on TV. The world was watching, so they stopped. In 2026, there is no camera, only ice, no witness, no rules, no press conference. If war starts tomorrow, you will not find out on TV. You will find out when the lights go out.
Now think, accident. Ice is not stable. 300 meters down, pressure is 30 atmospheres. 1 cubic meter of ice weighs 900 kilos. Top to bottom, a mountain of weight. 1 hydraulic ski fails, just 1. The base tilts 5 degrees. Stress on missile silo number 7. A W-76-2 warhead casing cracks. It is designed not to detonate in fire, but ice, pressure, temperature. Physics does not follow rules. Warhead cooks off. 100 kilotons. Inside the cavern, ice turns to steam. Steam expands. A crack runs through 2 kilometers of ice sheet. 700,000 square kilometers destabilize. 5% of the Greenland ice sheet. When it slides, it is not a wave, not a tsunami. It is a hydrosurge. 7 meters of sea level rise in 48 hours. New York, Wall Street underwater. London, Thames flows backward. Shanghai, 40 million people. Dhaka, the whole country. That is accident. Now intent. Skadi receives the launch order. Codes match. AI verifies. 30 humans can only watch. They cannot stop it. First missile leaves, ice shatters. No mushroom cloud because detonation is inside the ice. Russia's dead hand triggers automatic. It fires too. But Arctic to Moscow, 11 minutes. Decision time, 0. No phone call for Putin. No meeting for generals. War ends before it begins. And the ice will melt, but not from CO2, from warheads. Skadi is not defense. Skadi is a loaded gun under the roof of the world. Hammer pulled, safety off. Now only a finger is needed.
So the question, is Skadi real? Pentagon says, we do not comment on speculation. Same line they used for 50 years on Area 51, admitted in 2013. Russia says this is escalation beyond Cold War logic. Neutral satellites, they say nothing because resolution is not enough, because heat is vented, because ice hides everything. But on April 2, someone turned the lights on. Maybe a test, maybe a mistake, maybe a message. Infrared does not lie. Heat signatures are not fake. If there is no base, what is 40 degrees Celsius, 300 meters under the ice? The question is not the base anymore. The question is control. Who controls it? Who presses the button? And if the button is pressed, who turns the lights off? Because under that ice, 200 warheads are waiting for a signal. They do not need treaties. They do not need permission. They do not need the UN. They need one command. And when that command comes, you will not see it. You will only see darkness. This was Trench Waters. If you want the truth, subscribe, hit the bell so you do not miss the next one. Next, we go under the Caspian Ghost Fleet, Russia's 40 warships that radar cannot see, and how they could close the Persian Gulf in 12 hours.